Is there anybody else kind of in that same situation?
No. Felder was a guy that needed to have a good summer academically, and he has. Now it's funny. You always talk about the guys, a little bit that are maybe struggling. 98% of these kids are doing great, which is a testament to those kids and our academic staff. And, we had 50 kids last semester have over a 3.0.
Coming back from the NFL, was it a readjustment for you to have to kind of still focus in on all of the academic stuff?
Oh yeah. I think you have to. One thing I've tried to do a better job of in my second year, after the season ended, is to organize my day a little bit better. So, football, recruiting, academics, basically injury reports or medical issues. That's kind of how I do it. Marketing, all the different things, and I try to have a checklist and think about the night before what I'm going to do the next day. But when you've never done it as a head coach, you're definitely learning on the job, and I learned a lot in my first year.
What else did you learn?
Well, I learned a lot about the players very, very quickly. When you're a coordinator or you're a position coach, you've got your own little bubble world there that you're worried about, and when you're a head coach, now you've got 100 some odd kids. So learned a lot about the players. That's my favorite part of the job is the players. So I know the players a lot better. Learned a lot about organization and how important it is to just basically state your philosophy, your goals, just about every day or every time you have a staff meeting, so that your staff understands where we're headed. We're always pointing in the same direction. I don't think you can say those types of things enough. We want to be a tough, smart football team. We want good kids. We want to be able to play in all kinds of weather and all those different things. I talk about that a lot. Whether it's recruiting or X's and O's. So I've learned to, I think, communicate better too.
Well, you talked about learning from mistakes. Could you give us some examples of?
Sure. So, say for instance on game day, doing a better job, managing the clock before halftime. Maybe there were a couple games where I could have used our timeouts a little bit better to give us a chance to have a 2-minute drive to maybe kick a field goal before halftime, or end of game situations, or just call some better plays because I'm communicating better with the guys in the press box, this year. Practice-wise, just really doing a better job this year of gauging what our team needs on a week-to-week basis. Who are we playing? Okay, we're playing a team that plays a bunch of man-to-man coverage. All right, we need a lot more man-to-man coverage in practice this week. Where just be on top of that a little bit more. So, football-wise, those are things. Recruiting-wise, and I think this is myself and our staff just doing as good a job as we can do of background checks and making sure we know what these kids are all about to the best of our ability. It's not an exact science, but trying to make sure we know a lot. The other thing that I look at too is, I don't know how to say this, but like in team meetings, I'm going to bring in a couple more guest speakers to talk to these guys that have been through some things. Maybe it's drugs and alcohol or social media or things that college kids go through, and let the kids listen to a couple different voices. So those are things that I just want to do. Keep it moving. Always try to improve, and obviously never ever be satisfied with where you're at. Just try to get better.